All right, let me get straight into this lesson. But this is Guy, the Angry Man. He does some pretty good videos going into the delusional mindset of the westernized American woman, all the different genres of them, and they straight confusion and entitlement and delusional mindset. But he's gonna go. This little short video is going into the dumb down job that they did of dumbing down the population with the school system, which is everybody got to make the same, everybody got to take the same tests. Everybody got to, it's all just uniformity, right? That's they say they want a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers. That translates to they want people to be in a dumbed down sheeple state of mind, so they easier to control when somebody is dumbed down. And we seeing the after effects, and that's why think about it like this: if somebody is dumbed down for the so-called education system, that means in a so-called spiritual sense, they're going to be very dumbed down. I'm gonna say that again. So if you can barely read and comprehend, if you can't, most of our people can't really comprehend, and most of these Americans don't understand what words properly mean, or they can't comprehend the words. Um, how you gonna understand anything dealing with the Bible? It's not gonna happen. So this is the condition, of state of mind that the typical so-called Christian that's in. They they out of it. They don't know nothing. And especially Jake. Jake is um Jake is a mess, as we can see. But I'm gonna get into this little short. And I want to say shalom to the brother, son of Jake. Um, shalom, bro. The water for that, man. You know what I'm saying? The water. So let me get into this video.
System has failed all of us because she didn't know where the White House was located. She thought Washington, D.C. was in the state of Washington and didn't realize the White House is in Virginia. Think I'm joking?
Like, we all knew that the White House was in Washington, D.C., but I'm sure we would have all assumed that Washington, D.C. was in the state Washington.
Bro, the internet is undefeated. You can't make this shit up. This is why you gotta pay attention in class, kids. And what makes it worse, she thinks she's not the only one.
Please don't leave me hanging on this. I know there's some of y'all out there that did not know this.
Of course, most Americans don't know that, because they dumb down. And you got a lot of these gun-ho Christians, especially these Edomites and among our people as well, that come on our coming board and think they know something. I'm just gonna break the news to you. You don't know shit. And what a lot of these Edomites will do as well, they'll think they got a one up on us. Everything that you try to come at us with, we've studied it. We know it. We know it thoroughly. So it ain't no I got you moment. Brothers are very learned in literature and to be able to go into all facets of history and dissect all this through the spirit. It's pretty much some of the most intelligent brothers, some of the most intelligent people in the world is the brothers that's teaching this truth. That's what I see. That's the honest assessment. And most of these people that call themselves educated, they're really indoctrinated, but they don't know it because they think a piece of paper on the wall that they went into $60,000 of debt validates their so-called intelligence. But the people, it's just, if you can't comprehend the little small stuff, right, how can you comprehend anything dealing with the Bible, major things like this, right? Highly spiritual things. There's no way. And that's why you got these highly emotionally charged Christians that come with all these different bugged out arguments and stance because they don't know, right? They're ignorant of something. They're ignorant of the truth and a lot of things that they should know. So if you see a ninja not getting it, don't even waste your time. If you see the ninja woman not getting it, don't waste your time. They not too bright upstairs. Isaiah 60:2, but this is prophetic that the people will be in this dumbed down sheeple state of mind, right? And you people think you can one up on us, you can't do it. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't nothing that we ain't pretty much saw or heard of. Or these different doctrines that you people try to blindside us with. Just not gonna happen. Isaiah 60:2. and you think we ain't on top of it, you think we don't know know what we're talking about. And that's the stigma that's on Jake, right? Isaiah 16:2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. It says gross darkness. It says, and gross darkness, the people. What does this mean? Is this a mystery? Break it down to you. But the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. What does this break down to layman's terms? The elect of the nation of Israel was going to be able to understand the doctrine clearly. It wouldn't be no confusion. They'll be able to get it just like that. In some cases, some things takes more time to digest, but the elect is going to eventually get the doctrine fully, right? But somebody that's outside of the elect, they're not going to comprehend it. Pursuant to the book of Romans 11:7, what then? The election have obtained it, but the rest were blinded of the nation of Israel. So that's why you got all these different genres of bug outs among our people. The elder Matazakba been doing a masterful lesson exposing these different Jakes from one extremity to the next extremity. You got Jake that's a Jehovah Witness. You got Jake that's in the Latter-day Saints. You got Jake that's into Seventh-day Adventist. You got Jake that's in the Baptist Church. You got Jake into Methodist, Presbyterian, Calvinism, Mormonism, Islam, right? Buddhism, Scientology. Some Jakes even atheists. They've been totally turned out like a $2 whore in America in the mind. So let's analyze this some more. Let's go here. Let's break this down. So that's why the people don't know basic things in the school system. It's just indoctrination camps to teach you what they want you to know. So that's why you got the public under this hypnosis state of mind. They only know what they've been taught, and they ain't been really taught much. It says Isaiah 60:2 speaks of stark contrast between the darkness covering the earth and the glory of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua rising upon his people. Who is his people? The Israelites. See, if you read the Bible, you'd be able to understand this, that the whole Bible from beginning to end is talking about the nation of Israel. It ain't no such thing as no other nations being grafted in. Those was being grafted in with Israelites that fell away. But you have to read and comprehend on a high level or a basic level to understand these things. Jake don't know how to comprehend and read and understand literature correctly. That's a big problem. It says it signifies a time of spiritual blindness and distress for the world, while God's people will experience his presence and blessing, attracting others to their life, which will be the elect. Let's go to this darkness covering the earth. It says the imagery represents the spiritual darkness, ignorance. That's what I want to focus in on. It says in sin prevalent in the world. It can also refer to the distress, confusion experienced by those under the rule of the anti-Hamashiach. And you people have been given a commercialized and a cartoonish understanding of the so-called Antichrist. It's not going to be one man that you've been told in these movies with them Left Behind movies, right? That's where a lot of this paraphernalia come from. It's going to be one man pop up on the scene, and that's Satan in the flesh. Antichrist. But it'd be many antichrists. And when you go into the real meaning of words, anti just mean against. Hamashiach, they're against the Messiah. And pretty much everybody that's outside of this truth is antichrist. That makes sense. And you people looking for this one fictitious character. But spiritual darkness, ignorance. So the people are in complete ignorance. They don't know what's going on. So the Lord chose you to wake up. And you got to be very, very thankful. That's a very crucial thing right there. Because you see, if you're in your right mind, you see our people are gone. And just the people in general that's outside the truth, they're gone. They've been seduced by these different facets, these different web of Christianity, different doctrines, different denominations, but under the same umbrella of confusion. Let's go to this word ignorance. So the Lord chose you. So you're supposed to be thankful for that, especially the women, because women, I'm gonna do a whole lesson about that. A lot of women coming up with they still haven't put off the world. They trying to still be a feminist in the truth, and it shows. All right, ignorance. It says, matter of fact, lack of knowledge or information. That goes back into Hosea 4 and 6. The reason why people are so destroyed is they are unknowledgeable about the truth. When you don't know the truth, somebody can lie to you. I'm going to say that again. When you don't know what the truth is, somebody can lie to you and you won't know it because you don't know what the truth is. That's why you got to seek it out. And a lot of you people watch these videos. I'm just saying, people that's kind of coming into the truth, they haven't been thoroughly convinced because they know we got the truth. I'm going to say that again. The reason why some people watch the videos is because they know we got Christianity ain't feeding you. They don't got no truth, right? So you seeking for another way. Let's go here. It says ignorant is bliss, and that's the mentality, right, of most of people in this country. It says if you do not know about something, you don't worry about it. And the elect has a different mentality. We got the complete opposite mentality. If we don't know something, we're going to seek it out. We're going to thoroughly go find it. We're going to have a hunger to want to know the truth. And that's how you get the truth. So let's go here. And I'm going to this stat right here that 80% of these Americans, quote unquote, 80% of these Americans have never read haven't entirely read the whole Bible. So if you're supposed to have a passion for something, but you're supposed to be about the Lord, you're supposed to understand His word completely. You're supposed to put the work in. And that's why we see this half-ass understanding or no understanding at all among these people. They speak off what they've been taught. All emotional, all incorrect, a lot of errors. When Jake started talking about the Bible, nothing but errors come out. It says about 20% of so-called Americans report having read the entire Bible at least once. So that means 80% of so-called Americans they haven't read the Bible in entirety. You feel me? And it shows. So let's go here. Let's hit this next. This is the book of 2 Timothy. It says 3 and 5. It says, having a form of godliness, that's our people having that appearance of being godly, so-called, but denying the power thereof. It says, from such turn away. Let's keep going. 2 Timothy 3 and 6. For of this sort are they which crept into houses and led captive silly women, laden with sins. So that's why why didn't it say men? Women, because women are more gullible. Women like things that sound good to their ear, to their flesh. They don't like harshness. And that's why a lot of people are turned off by this doctrine. This is a doctrine from heaven, from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. We establish those names and note that who established this doctrine. It says, led away with divers lusts. Let's keep going. And it's most of women in this world. 2 Timothy 3 and 7. It says, ever learning and never being able to come into the knowledge of the truth. You hear this? Ever learning. So some of our people consider themselves to be studious among the women and the men, right? But it says it's never able to come into the knowledge of the truth. You got to have the truth, not some of the truth, not partial truth. And you got all these different bug outs among you Israelites that know you Israelites. All this effing confusion. You got Israelites that still believe in hell, still believe in angels came down and had sex with women. How stupid. It's just one extremity to the next. But going back here, the people are completely in darkness and ignorance. And this is how this country is being ran, right? This country is being ran by wicked men that prey on the ignorance of the population, right? Especially dealing with the Bible. Hopefully this lesson has been edifying. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rachak Kodash Shalom.